Hi everyone, breaking news. Another day, another mass shooting. Once again, this one is at a school, this time in Texas. I'd like to start off this video by letting everyone know that these are the details that I have right now and that are being reported, but they could change in the future. This is what CNN is reporting specifically. I'd also like to say that these shootings do not have to be a common occurrence. You could actually have representatives that represent you, not gun manufacturers. This district, Texas's 14th district, is currently being represented by Randy Weber, a Republican who takes money from the NRA, but he has a progressive opponent in November who isn't taking any corporate PAC money, Adrienne Bell. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll put the links to her campaign below. Not to mention that both senators in Texas are NRA-loving Republicans, and one of them, Ted Cruz, is up for election also in November. Just something to keep in mind. If you are from Texas and you are disgusted by what you are seeing today, you can make a statement. You can vote these guys out. But here are the details that we have thus far. At least 8 people and as many as 10 have died as a result of a shooting Friday morning at a high school in the southeastern Texas city of Santa Fe, Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez said. This is the 3rd school shooting in 8 days and the 22nd since the beginning of the year in the United States. A male suspect believed to be a student has been arrested in the shooting at Santa Fe High School, about 20 miles outside Galveston, Gonzalez said. A second person, also believed to be a student, has been detained as well, Gonzalez said. Most of the dead are students, the sheriff said. Let me pause for a second. This is the 3rd school shooting in 8 days and the 22nd since the beginning of the year. We are not halfway through the year yet. This country is sick, and this is directly due to inaction by the federal government and lawmakers who are bought off by the NRA. The people want gun control. I'll talk about the poll numbers later, but at least 12 people from the school are being treated at 3 hospitals, authorities said. 7 people are at Clear Lake Regional Medical in Webster, Texas. 2 patients are being treated at Mainland Medical Center in Texas City, and 3 patients are at John Sealy University of Texas Medical Branch in Galveston. At least 1 police officer was injured, Gonzalez said. So those are the details thus far. As I've said before, there is not a more stark example of political corruption in the United States than gun violence, because the NRA and gun manufacturers pour millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars into our political system, into Donald Trump's pocket, by the way, too. Our government officials, almost all Republicans, are bought off not to do anything to prevent these tragedies. They are bought off because every time there's one of these shootings, people naturally in America get scared and they buy guns themselves. It escalates things, and then gun manufacturers, they make more profits and their stocks go way up. They make profit off of death and fear and blood. And so does any lawmaker that takes money from the NRA. As of March, 75% of Americans said that they wanted stricter gun laws, including a majority of Republicans. 59%. When you go issue by issue, it's even starker. 94% of Americans want background checks. 92% want to add mental illness to that background check system. 82% want to raise the gun purchasing age to 21. This guy was a student. Maybe that could have prevented that. And then 72% want an assault weapons ban. Yet even with that overwhelming majority, Congress still won't do anything. Nothing. They will have a grand old time collecting their checks as blood is spilled throughout every town in this country. That is why we have to get money out of politics. And in the meantime, elect people who don't take that corrupting money, like Adrienne Bell in this district and Beto O'Rourke against Ted Cruz. It's a sickness, this corruption. You think we have a democracy anymore? Look at those dead children and tell me we have a democracy. Look at these marches throughout the country and tell me we have a democracy. They aren't acting on anything that the people want. 94% want a policy goal, and we still can't get it. America is even more corrupt than people realize. Like, we talk about how we're this bastion of democracy. Look at the blood of the children being spilled. It's gone, this democracy, unless we actually fight to preserve it. So for the meantime, as I said, elect people not taking this corporate money, elect people not taking NRA money, or whatever issues mean something to you. Elect people where the special interests aren't infecting them and making them complete lackeys instead of actual representatives. So do what you can in a small part, and then maybe these instances won't happen as often. But for right now, it's another awful day in America. Blood being spilled, children's blood, and we'll keep you updated on this story.